The word LuBlue means I love you in Russian, so the project was all about, from the place of prayer and intimacy, cultivating love for God, we're then empowered and charged and compelled to go and love the trafficked and exploited women in Russia.
LuBlue Russia! Yay!
Missions and on-the-ground work should be married to prayer.
And it was really about building an altar of worship to Jesus because he is worthy, encouraging and serving the Russian believers.
We would have Russian singers and musicians in our sets with us. We would join them during their sets and pray. It basically covers the whole day in prayer and worship before you head into the outreaches at night.
They have the same story of my madame or my pimp is holding my passport, I can't leave. We ended up doing a raid of the brothel apartment where these girls were being held with the police, with the media, and really created a massive spotlight exposing the trafficking activities taking place in Moscow.
You're driving down, you would see a girl that lets men know that this is where the women are at.
It punches you in the gut when you see women having to line up like a meat market, cattle line up. There's something so inherently wrong. We would be taking tea and coffee to these women, and sometimes women that we'd just been speaking to would be called for a lineup seconds later. The raid caused the women to scatter, and for many of them it was the wake-up call they needed of, I need to escape this life. And we were able to follow up with 2 women in helping them get jobs, empowering them that they were making the right decision.
We both spoke about the reality of prostitution, the things that women go through, but then just loved on him.
We mostly focused on who he was and who the Lord was calling him to be.
He texted us a few weeks ago basically saying, my whole world has changed forever, thank you for having the courage to do those meetings.
Confronting a guy who's trying to buy a woman, those specific roles absolutely need to be filled by men. Having seen that desperate need for more men to get involved in this kind of work or initiative, like now there's no going back.
If we can eliminate the demand, there's not going to be any supply. That night, we got to partake in that with the Lord.
So you just finished your first strip club outreach. How was it for you?
It was amazing evening in strip club. Thank you for this experience. And we love Russia.
LuBlue Russia.
The woman that was a dancer, she decided to leave the industry completely, and we were able to come alongside her as a team and support her.
Most women in human trafficking, they don't have physical iron shackles around their ankles. Most of the chains are invisible. I invite them to give me a pair of their old shoes, and I take them shopping to the mall to buy them a new pair of shoes. We had an amazing day at the mall. She found a pair of shoes that she loved, and she gave me her old shoes. She said, Helen, today is my day of freedom. And if I have children, if I have grandchildren, I'm going to tell them that I gave you my old shoes and that these are the new shoes I have that symbolize my new life. I just want to say a huge thank you to our Russian partners, to the organizations, to Moscow House of Prayer, and all the other churches and ministries that got involved. We couldn't have done this without you. LuBlue Russia was an amazing expression of the church coming together as God's plan A to establish justice on the earth.
Man, I could do this every night. I could do this multiple times a night. Like, we need to just call more girls and bring them here and give them space to feel safe and to be loved and cared for, because this is the most exhilarating feeling that I think I've ever had.